What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to explain the fundamentals of my tactic based on Simone Inzaghi's Inter. I'm going to show you how his system worked, how I adapted it to Football Manager Mobile, and why I chose each role to replicate his style. We start with the centre-backs. During Inzaghi's era, the two wide defenders didn't play like traditional centre-backs. They pushed wide and contributed a lot in the offensive phase. That's why I used wide centre-backs for both Bastoni and Pavard, since this role reproduced that movement toward the flanks to create width and support the build-up. The central defender had a different function. He stayed more fixed, but helped to initiate the plays. The ball-playing defender role was the best fit to replicate that behavior. The holding midfielder, the register who pulled the strings. This role was occupied by Çalhanoğlu, who acted as a true register, the player in charge of controlling the rhythm, distributing, offering passing lanes, and connecting all phases of play. Since FM Mobile doesn't include a register role, the closest option was the deep-lying playmaker, which recreates a player who constantly drops deep to receive and looks for the most secure forward pass. The midfielders build up support and attacking aggression. The two interiors, Barella and Fratesi, had a double function. In the build-up, they dropped very close to the centre-backs, even replacing them at times when the wide CBs pushed out to the flanks. But in attack, they constantly supported the forwards, arrived in the box, and acted as an additional offensive presence. That's why I used the roaming playmaker role, which combines mobility, support, and late runs into the area, just like Inter did during that period. On the wings, they pressed high, jumped quickly onto the opposition full-backs, and helped recover the ball near the opponent's area. To recreate that in FM Mobile instead of using wing-backs, I chose the defensive winger role, which better reflects that behavior: high pressing, advanced defensive work, and offensive presence without needing to drop too deep. The strike partnership, complementary roles. In attack, the duo also had very clear functions. Lautaro Martinez was the one who dropped deeper, connected with the midfielders, and acted as the link-up player. Thuram, on the other hand, pinned the centre-backs, attacked the space, and created individual duels. That's why I used deep lying forward for Martinez and target forward for Thuram. In terms of mentality, that Inter side was a very balanced team, not ultra-offensive and not ultra-defensive either. They didn't play extremely wide or extremely narrow, so I chose a balanced width as well. Inter's passing style was fluid. For creativity, Inzaghi used to give his players a lot of freedom, so I selected creative freedom, expressive. The defensive line was usually high, and since they pressed aggressively from the top, I chose closing down, all over. Tackling was normal. In the final third, they often looked for through balls behind the defensive line. Passing focus was set to mixed. And finally, in goalkeeper distribution, the team always built from the back, so I selected short distribution. Highlights. Tactics results. It had been a good season in the league, but I truly believed we could win the Champions League by strengthening the defence. So I signed Giorgio Scalvini, Pierre Koopmeiners, confirmed Manuel Akanji after his loan, and brought in Mattia Morello. I let Hakan Salhanoglu, Jan Sommer, and Francesco Acerbi leave the club. We ended up winning the treble. We managed to keep the same competitive rhythm that Inzaghi's Inter had. And we even surpassed it. And that's how I recreated Simone Inzaghi's Inter tactic in Football Manager Mobile, with roles, movements, and behaviors very faithful to what the team used to do back then. Let me know in the comments which manager or team you want me to analyze next. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.